Welcome, 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 y'all. It's Dr. Tartt. Today, we're talking about the three best pieces of relationship advice you have never, ever heard. All right, no one's ever told you. Maybe they never told you. So we're gonna talk about it because what's important is being able to understand what you need to do to get into a relationship. So I'm here for it. So let's run into it, because if you have been focusing on a relationship, you understand how difficult it can be, and I want to make it easier. Let me move this around. I want to make it easier for you guys. I want to make it easier because to it's important to make relationships work. If you can't make relationships work, it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. All right. So y'all good to go? Are we good? Listen, I was talking to someone and they said, I asked them, I said, why do you want to be in a relationship, so badly? And they said, look, you know how hard it is to be out here by yourself, not only from a companionship standpoint, not only from a financial standpoint, but just being able to do life with someone is absolutely a gift. Absolutely a gift. And I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do that. So listen, let's dive in. I'm not gonna hold back. My name is Dr. Aldewan Tartt. I am a faith-based relationship expert. I'm a psychologist, been trained for 23 years. I've probably given out thousands and thousands and thousands of advice to different people, and I want to make sure that this registers for you. All right, so number one, if y'all are in the place, number one, I want to make sure. All right, number one, if we're talking about the three best relationship pieces of advice I've ever told you, let's go. All right, so as y'all are coming in, I want to set this up for you. All right, the three best pieces of relationship advice no one ever told you. All right. We're getting ready to go. All right. Come on in the room. All right. So we're gonna go fast real quickly. All right. Number one, we're talking about relationship advice, and I'm making sure all the platforms are connected and we're here. That's what I was doing. All right. Number one, you have to be happy first, family. You have to be happy first. If you want to get into a relationship, you have to be happy first. I know people say, no, that's not right. That doesn't make sense. If you want to get into a relationship, you have to be happy first. This is the biggest mistake I see my clients make, is that they're not happy before they get into a relationship. And I understand it. You're like, "Okay, if I could get into a relationship, I would be happy." How many of you can relate? I would be happier if I could get in a relationship. You're telling me to be happy, but the reason I'm unhappy is because I can't find a quality relationship. All right. And I'm telling you, it does not work that way. You have to be happy first. And this is why. All right. Tens attract tens. Tens attract tens. So if you're at 10, from a aesthetic standpoint, as far as beauty is concerned, you are going to attract someone who's also a 10. Beautiful people find one another. Beautiful people find one another. You get what I'm saying? Think about it from a happiness standpoint. If you want someone who's happy, how happy are you? How happy are you? All right. So happy people find happy people, right? Funny people find funny people. Affluent people find affluent people. Athletic people find athletic people. Tens attract tens. So my question to you, family, is how happy are you right now? Are you happy? Give me a scale on a 1 to 10. You don't have to drop it in the chat unless you want to, but on the scale of 1 to 10. I see El Hay says you have to be happy first, but I don't think that we get it. I don't think that we get it. I don't think that we get why we are supposed to be happy first. We never even thought about that. And when I started praying about this and I started doing the research, I was like, you know what? That's it. That's it. People can tell. Listen, I can tell if a woman is depressed a mile away. It is in her bones. It is she smells depressed. I don't mean that in a negative way. You can just smell it in her aura. Can't you tell when a man is depressed? You can just tell by the way he walks when he gets out of his car, when he walking up to the date. You can just tell if a man's, if he's faking it. Yeah, am I right? Can y'all feel me on this? Can y'all feel me on this? Can't you tell? So I see y'all dropping it in. I see tens. I see 8.5s. I see twos. Right? Y'all are keeping it real. Right? We're keeping it real. Right? I am a better date when I am a 10. When I feel like a 10. Y'all remember that movie? What's the name of it, y'all? With Taraji P. Henson and Terrence. It was hard out here for a pimp. Yeah, I'm just trying to make some money for the rent. What's the come on, y'all? Y'all know the name of the y'all know the name of the movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's out of Memphis. It was where that song "Whoop That Trick" came out of. Come on, y'all. All right, remember that. Well, in that movie, which I know y'all gonna tell me about soon, DJ had a chain and he would wear a chain so that when he went to the club, he had his mojo on. Because when he had the DJ, right? Hustle and flow. Thank you, L. Haynes. I appreciate it. Hustle and flow, right? So hustle and flow came. He DJ had to get his mojo up, right? And when thank you, Brits, for doing that. Help me, right? So DJ had to get his chain to feel good about himself, and he had that confidence, and that reminded him that he was the man, right? And so when I wear a nice shirt, I like my body, I like the way I look. My hair is where it needs to be. My smells are where it need to be. I'm doing well in life. When a woman asks me what you bring to the table, I'm like, I'm glad you should ask what you want now. I'm ready to tell it, right? When the bill comes, I'm able to pay and not worry if I have enough on the account, right? I'm able to do new things. When she asks me about what's going on in my life, I'm able to tell her. I am excited about her checking my Instagram, my Facebook, my website. I'm excited about it because I am in a good space. Can y'all feel me? So what work needs to be done from you, my friends? What work needs to be done from you, my friends, in order to feel like at least an 8, 9, or a 10 going into the date? Right? When I was, there have been times in my life where I've not felt like an 8, 9, or 10. Right? I was coming off a breakup and I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what that was. I just need to chill and do me for a minute. And I had to find out what makes me happy. And I had to find out what I needed to reset in order to have a great relationship. And so I started working on those things. I was like, okay, Aldo, what will make you feel better about yourself? What are the things when someone asks you how you're doing that you're really proud of, that you can develop and that you can grow? And so that when you step back in this thing, you're good. And I worked on that thing. So when I stepped back onto the dating scene, family, I stepped back in as a 10. I was like, look, y'all lucky to meet me. I don't mean that from a cocky standpoint. I mean it from a confidence standpoint, meaning like I like me at a 10. This is the best version of myself. This is Aldewan 2.0, 3.0, 4.0, and you're going to get a doggone good man, right? When it comes to the relationship. So I'm happy. I'm looking. I already know I'm going to attract. I'm just being honest. I know I'm going to attract a lot of women when I step back on the dating scene. Why? Because I liked what I brought to the table. That'll preach. Because I liked what I brought to the table. Other people liked what I brought to the table. And what I did was I worked on what I brought to the table so that I could like it. That was my in-between phase. I'm preaching today, y'all. Can y'all feel me? So that'll apply to anything. That'll be a job, that'll be a relationship, that could be even in a marriage. It's like, what's going on in my marriage? Right? Like, do I like me? Right? I can tell you the number one reason that I see people have relationship problems that we never talk about is one of the parties in the marriage is unhappy about something else. It could be the marriage, but a lot of times it's like it may be a man. He's not making enough money. He doesn't feel like he's getting respect due. He feels like he's not where he needs to be in life, and so he's unhappy. But he's lonely, so he still dates, but he dates at a lower version of himself, right? And so he has displaced that in an unhealthy way. He displaces that family. He displaces that on the marriage. I'm not happy with this marriage. No, you're not happy with your life. Because I can tell you the times that I've been most unhappy in my relationships is when I was unhappy about something totally different. Now, there are things in a marriage, of course, that are bothersome that you need to work on. I'm just saying, when we bring two happy people to home, don't you think that's better? Don't you think that's better? If I come home happy and my wife comes home happy, don't you think no matter what's going on in our life, we're gonna be able to partner on those things? Y'all feel me? All right. I'm just saying we focus too much on couples counseling when there also should be simultaneous individual life coaching to make sure that you bring home someone that's happy when you walk into the door. All right. And I see your comments, right? Someone say that preach, that's me. All right. Someone says, I think God wants us to date from a place of contentment. A partner should not be your dish of ice cream, but more so a cherry on top. They compliment y'all. They compliment you. I can't take credit for that. That's Crystal Alexis. That's Crystal Alexis that said y'all that. And she's a wise woman, right? And so when we start talking about this, listen, I agree. If I'm happy, be my cherry on top. I just had a visual of that. All right, just ignore that. All right, just be my cherry on top. That is amazing. I can be your cherry on top. Hold up, you happy? Let me hear about your day. Oh, you want to hear about my day too? Guess what? We just got an energy. But if I'm coming in at low frequency, low energy vibes, someone high does not want those vibes. Those don't go. 5 and 10 don't date. 3 and 7 don't date. I mean, you can, but it's gonna be dysfunction. You can be doing social work, love. You can be social working that love up. No social work love. Someone says my relationship is difficult because I myself am not happy. I appreciate you being honest. Haven't set foot in the world before getting kids, and now everything's all about them. I can't do my dream job anymore, and I'm depressed on a daily basis. Like I know who you are, so I'm not gonna say your name because you said that in confidence, right? So here's what needs to happen. You cannot afford to not do your dream. That's what God is telling you. I know that you have children and you think that it's either or, it's your dream or children, and take it from someone who has 3 children. All right. I'm not giving up any of my dreams. You integrate them. And this is when you start asking people, how do you do it? So that might mean I need to make more money if possible. Not if possible. We serve God with a big G. I need to make more money. I need to be open to different streams of revenue so that I can do what I need to do. Or can I bring my family into my dreams? Like if you're a YouTuber, right? Bring your family in. That might make your videos pop. It works for me. You feel I'm just being honest. Or it might be, I need to look at daycare. I know I want to raise my children. I want to be a homemaker, but I can't be a homemaker and make it rain in fashion. I can't be a homemaker and make it rain when it comes to corporate America. I can't be a homemaker and be able to do what it is that I love to do. So let me start looking at government assistance, depending on where you are. Here in Georgia, I believe it's CAPS. There's a CAPS program based on your income. If you are working, if you find a job, right, then the kids can be in daycare. Are you looking? I think there's different rules around it because they know you can't even look for a job. Looking for a job is a full-time job. Y'all feel me? Y'all feel me? Are y'all with me? Yes. So, like, we first of all have to make sure that we are good. I'm laughing because someone said no social work love, y'all. Can I just testify? Can I be real, upfront, and honest with y'all? I've social work love a couple times. I've taken the work home. My good friend, Dr. Adam Sternberg, and I, we worked in Inglewood, California, y'all. So I'm hard. I'm thug. I'm thug life. Welcome to the gangster party around here. So I used to work around in Inglewood, California, South Central California is where I learned to do psychology, y'all. I did. I had an internship out there. I worked with high risk populations, and I was dating different women in LA. Some amazing, some just absolutely amazing. I was dating a young lady that she was in the medical field, and she was in Snoop Dogg videos. I had a good time in LA. But anyway, let me stick to the point. Let me not digress, which I am prone to do. But I was dating some ladies that I was attracted to because they needed my help. Can y'all feel me? I didn't realize it. It took my friend and fellow intern Doc Sternberg to say, Adam was like, bro, you taking the work home, and I see what you see in this girl. You're trying to help her, but how can she help you? You're just gonna get frustrated, man. I'm so tired of hearing you talk about this dating piece. Don't be their daddy. Yo, just don't be Captain Saver. I don't even use that word, but that was back in the day. If you know about E40, don't do that. Don't save them. Date them. Date someone who's able to save you. And I never heard that. If you're gonna be a helper, date another helper. At that point, that's what shifted everything for me. I am a helper. I only date helpers. Now, my wife is a helper, right? I only dated helpers after that, and I have not had a bad relationship, except for the one time I deviated from that, where there was someone who wanted to be helped and did not want to help at the same degree. All right, and I gave him a pass. All right, and I learned the hard way. So y'all got it. I know that was a long, extended answer. That's right. Don't save them. Don't save them. That's right. BJ said, "Don't save them." She said, "Don't save them." All right. Number two. Ooh, it's gonna be controversial, y'all. But I'm here. I'm here because I want to. I want to help y'all. All right. Don't fall in love only based on the feels. Don't fall in love based only on the feels. Do not do that. Do not fall in love only for the feels. Right? What we're looking for is we want feels and compatibility. Feels and compatibility. Feels and compatibility. Feels and compatibility. Because how many times have you been in a relationship and you just like someone because they liked you? Keep it real. Come on, drop it in the chat. This is heart to heart with Dr. Tartt. You have to be real. You can't come up in here, act like you don't have real emotions. You can't come up in here and act like you perfect. We all have stuff to work on. We all have stuff to work on. You feel me? So let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck, as the kids say. All right. Um, you like them because they like you. All right. And y'all keep it real. I've done that before. I've liked someone. I was like, you know what? She's cute. And, well, I can try this out. Maybe I'll feel some a little bit later. Maybe it just takes time for this type of thing. No, 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 no. Because what'll happen is that you'll be in a relationship with someone you have all the feels for, and they will not be compatible. And I'm here to testify because that's first of all my style. I was dating a young lady. I'm not gonna call her out because I don't want no smoke, right? I don't want any smoke and all is well right now. But we were not compatible, right? Just if I would have sat down and did a compatibility test, I would have seen we are not even close. One, I don't how many of y'all? I am a type A personality. I like things that happen snap, 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 snap. Right? And she was always late. Now, I do need a balance. I do need someone to balance me out, to slow me down, but I don't need someone who just slow. I mean, late. I do not like being late. I'm cool being fashionably late, but I don't like being late on general principle. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that feels this way? I don't like being late on. Elhead says she feels me. Tamiko says she feels me. I don't like being late on general principle. I like being late for a reason and every now and then, right? So she was late. Also, the way I saw a relationship was totally different, right? I felt like when we get into an argument, I want to resolve that thing. We only take a break just to be calm enough to have a mature conversation. If that break is a minute, if that break is 2 minutes, if that break is a day, I want it to be the least amount of time possible before we try to resolve the relationship. Man, sister girl will go a week without talking to me. A week, like I'd be like, just mad, wouldn't call and would hang up. And I was just like, whoa, I thought this was a small issue. How could something so small cause us? I'm not feeling this. I'm not, I'm not feeling this. Thank you. Y'all say, look, when it comes to time, y'all saying the early bird gets the worm. Someone says, April says, be on time shows respect for others' time. I agree. I agree. We're just incompatible. So we're incompatible on the time piece. All right. We were incompatible on how hard, listen, y'all. how hard you want to fight at this relationship thing. I don't believe in taking your ring off. I don't believe in breaking up. Just be breaking up. I don't believe in not talking for 3 to 4 days unless there's been something egregious. I would like for us to be able to work this out by the end of the day. I'd like to live by not going to bed, mad if we can, if it's possible. Now, sometimes I might be more. I need a night to sleep on it so I can wake up with some common sense. I agree. Warrior Princess says a week is too long for non-resolution. I can't do it. That's too long for me. I can start going nuts. I'm for real. I might as well date someone else. You're not going to talk to me for a week. I don't want to do this. That's beneath me. I don't mean that in a negative way. That's beneath my communication skills. So I also need you to be passionate. I need you to have some energy and some life. I actually need you to have a little bit of drama about yourself. I like someone who is dramatic. I don't want someone that's always in the doghouse. Don't get me wrong, we all gonna have ups and downs. But I need you to come to the party and say, yo, let's go. I need you to make my birthday party fun if I'm not feeling it. I need someone to match the energy. So y'all get it? So I need y'all. So here's what I want you to do. When it comes to compatibility, I need you to sit down and say, do we match? Even if you're married right now in a relationship, and say, hey, these are some things I like, and these are some things that I would like for you to be able to do for us to be more compatible. Can we keep it real? Can we keep it real? I would like for us to do something a little bit different so that we could be compatible. I need you to feel, I need you to change your mind on going out of the country. I don't want a vacation only in the country. I need you to get your mind right, your job right, so that we can go and go out the country, right? My wife had that conversation with me. She was like, "I'm sorry, it's cool going to Florida and Hilton Head, but we have the means. I want to see the world. I don't want to just see America." And I was like, "Well, I'll go to Jamaica." She's like, "Jamaica's cool. We've already been to Jamaica. I want to see the world. So if we've been there, don't put it on the vacation list." So, all right, cool. All right. And that's our new rule. We try to go someplace new, even though I still will always opt for Jamaica. Right. I'm one of those people, just give me a beach, give me the good food I like, give me the people I like. But I also want to go see Greece. We've been to Bali, we've been to Fiji, right? Been to Costa Rica, all these, which is a blessing, right? But what I'm saying is the compatibility. My wife was like, look, if you don't have this idea about seeing the world, which is numero uno on my wife's list, we may not be able to be a thing, y'all. That's what Sister Girl told me. I can always go with my friends. She can, I don't know if this was a thing back. I can always do travel noir, but she said one of her life dreams is to travel the world, not only with her husband, but with her family. And I was like, why can't we just go to Florida and save 75%? A beach is a beach. And she was like, I don't even want to. And I said, girl, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I've been to South Africa before I met you, right? I've been places. I've been to Mexico before I met you. So let's go do it. All right. So can you imagine if you get in a relationship and someone is dead set against compromise, dead set, you don't have the compatibility. You want to build legacy and they want to stay in debt. You believe that couples should touch and have intimacy on a regular basis. They only want to touch you when they want to have sex, right? You believe that children should have the best schooling that money can buy, and they're cool with low standards when it comes to education. Are y'all saying a deal breakers? You're like, I believe that our kids should be raised in an environment that is godly, and you like let them choose if they want to follow God or not. All right. And I think at some point when kids get older, you kind of have to let them walk it. But we don't ever go to church. They can say no to church at 7. I'm not no comprendo. I don't comprehend that. I don't no. For me in my house, we shall worship the Lord. You get what I'm saying? You might have a choice, but you don't go to 8, 11, and 6. You might be able to pick a service up in this piece. Or we can do bedside Baptist, but whether you're gonna follow the Lord at this age, I'm not hearing it. All right, so that's number 2. Have I convinced y'all that we date on compatibility? Like, do we have the same compatibility around finances, love, religion, family, health? Come on, let me part right there since I have some time. Let me part right there since I have some time. Hold on, what you mean you're not gonna work out and be in a relationship with me? Do you really think I'm going to push you around the beach in my 70s and 80s because you didn't work out? You really think I want to show up and everybody be like, "That's your girl. She doesn't look healthy." Because that's not me. And my wife is even more of a stickler. You think she want to show up to someone that's out of shape and she's in shape? That's a mismatch. I'm not talking about anyone. I'm not talking about a physique. But what I'm saying is that we need to be on the same page about food. That doesn't mean we need to be clones, but can we be on the same page? We're gonna eat healthy. We're gonna do the best thing that we can to be healthy, so that we can travel the world. So we don't have, one of us doesn't have the responsibility of taking care of the other person. We can both be healthy and do what we need to do. I'm just saying, y'all. Can we keep it real? I'm trying to keep it a buck, y'all. Y'all feeling me? Chanel says yes. Yes. Evian says yes. I mean, yes. Benoni says yes. Compatibility is a non-negotiable, but I guarantee you're gonna say dog, tall, dark, and handsome, nice skin with curly hair, beard game. Six figures, six pack. Oh, that's cool. Are you gonna say body? You're gonna say the measurements, but are we compatible, girl? Are we compatible? Is your husband compatible to you right now? Do y'all need to make some changes? Right? We need to make some changes. I told my wife, I said, look, babe, we need to work smarter, not harder. This whole grind mentality, unless we doing what we love, and I still don't want to grind, I want to be able to work hard doing what we love. Are you with me? Do you feel me? She was like, I feel you. I was like, so let's sit down and have a conversation and let's build some strategies on how to make that happen smarter, not harder. All right. All right. And then number three. So far, the three pieces of advice you've never heard. One, you need to be happy first before you start dating. Tens attract tens. All right. With looks, finances, at least the mindset. All right. You don't have to be dollar for dollar, but if you're trying to go get it, all right, I'm ambitious. I want to grow. All right, I want legacy. I want to go. If I see opportunities, I'm going after opportunities. Balance. All right. You get it. Purpose driven. I see you. All right. And then number two, don't fall in love based on the feels. We looking for chemistry and we're looking for compatibility. Chemistry and compatibility. And then number three, I need you to assess relationship skills and past history before you start dating someone. And if you're already in it, I need you to be able to say, well, that ain't gonna work. Let me start with the married folks. All right. Say you're in a marriage, you're in a relationship, and you already had a feels, you already had a history. You don't want to break up, but you see that your spouse, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your partner is doing something that just does not jive. All right. Did you just this does not work for me. The way you open up about your feelings, the way you communicate with me when you're angry, the way you deal with money, the way you deal with honesty, that doesn't work for me. All right. So I need you to be able to adjust. So I need you to get the relationship skills. I need you to get the relationship skills. I need to assess your willingness to go take a communication class so that every time I ask you what's wrong, you say, don't worry about it. Or I don't know. Or you say one sentence and that's it. I need you to be able to give me paragraphs in using feeling words about what's upsetting about the situation. I'm upset, Candace, that when we agreed to take care of our bodies, you agreed, and midweek you bought ice cream all up in the refrigerator and tempted me and said, well, that ain't me. You can do this on your own. So you didn't even support me. I'm cool with you jumping off board a little bit, but don't try to tempt me because I'm trying to make gains. Right. So just listen. I see some crap in. If y'all see some negativity in the if I see some negativity in the feed, I'm just gonna just remove people, you know. So, all right, here we go. Anyway, so that's number two. All right, there we go. And got it. Yeah, it's negative people are just saying something. All right. So anyway, we're not worried about that. So we keep pushing. All right. And then number three, y'all, assess relationship skills and past history. I need to assess relationship skills and past history. All right. Assess relationship skills and past history. All right. So I need to know if you're single. I need to know that ladies, listen to this. Fellas, listen to this. Are you able to communicate when you're upset? Are you able to communicate when you're upset? Are you able to? I need to know your past history. Here's what I'd say on a date. I need to say on a date, like, tell me what your past three exes would say about you. What would your past three exes say about you? Right? What would what would they say? Right? If someone were to let me think about it. What would I'm gonna keep it real. What would my three exes say about me? You need to and they'd say I'm funny. They'd say I work hard at relationships. They would say I do tend to be a little bit moody. I'd say I'm hard worker, opinionated, and I interrupt sometimes. Yeah, there'd be a lot of different things. So we need to ask that on a first date. Y'all feel me? On a first date, we need to ask that. Second date, we need to ask that. What would they say about you? Why would I give my heart to you? Are you good at love? Are you good at love? I see Anna's laughing. Are you good at love? Are you good at love? I can tell you, have you ever fallen in love with someone and they're not good at relationships? You like, how did I get in a relationship with someone who shuts down every single time there's a problem? How do I get in a relationship with someone that lie on the other side? They go up one side and down the next with lies. How do I get so bad with someone they're angry? They are emotionally abusive. How did I fall in love with someone who is inconsistent with work? How do I fall in love with someone who doesn't have the relationship skills to cleave from their mom or their dad? How did I fall in love with someone that refuses to go to counseling, but we're struggling and they can't come up with another answer? How do I fall in love with someone that has experiencing mental illness or mental stress and won't go to the doctor to get help? How did I get in a relationship with someone who's dishonest and manipulative? See, if we screen this out in the very beginning, if I screen this out in the very beginning, and I know some people gonna lie, but how many of y'all know you can tell? You can tell, like you ask someone, just ask a brother off rip, what would your last three exes say is the best quality about dating you? What's the worst? All right. Tell me what you could have done better in your last relationships to make them work. Now, if a person says, "Hey, Evian, I appreciate you buying a badge. I appreciate it. Much love." For those of you all that support and buy badges, and I appreciate you. If I see you, I'm going to comment it. I'm going to call it out. But I appreciate it. So it is it is important that you say up front and you have standards. Are y'all getting it? And let me take y'all questions, all right? Because it's not about me. Y'all get it? These are the three things. If we assess these things up front, and let me, oh, I see. Okay, for the ladies, all right. Ask ladies, like, look, I need to know when you, these are the questions I ask. When you're upset, would your exes say that you handle them with respect when you're not getting your way? That's gonna be my first question. Number two, are you ambitious when life doesn't go your way? How resilient are you? Are you able to not only support yourself, but how hard do you go for your man? I think Desi, the comedian, would say up the score. Are you able to up the score and go hard for me when things in my life are not going well? Are you able to say, baby, I believe in you. You can do it. Let's pray. Let's make some adjustments. Let's figure it out. Do you need my assistance in looking over this? Maybe I can see something you can't see. Can you rock with me when things are not going well? Because if you can do it for yourself, you can do it for me. All right. So BJ 40 DST, I appreciate you buying a badge. I appreciate the love. Someone says it always comes out in the dating process. Listen to what they say and watch what they do. Important listening skills to have. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna tell you this. I tell my daughter this. Don't ever listen to what a man says without watching what he does. Only believe what a man says when what he does and what he says aligns. All right. Only, only. That's don't even fall in love with this dude. If this dude's saying he's feeling you, let me see. Let me see if he's still coming by your locker. Let me see when she goes up to college if he's still hanging out the same spot on campus, peeping for you, or is he in every other girl's face? Is he saying you special, but he seems everyone that he's in his proximity is special to him? Come on now. I need you to be able to see. And same thing, ladies. I need to see if you say that you can be down for me, ups and downs. I need to see how you move as we're dating when maybe I've done something that's disappointing. Maybe I'm wearing a shirt you don't like. Maybe something isn't to your liking, right? Maybe I say, these Beyonce tickets are a little bit much, even though I did get my wife the tickets. All right. All right. Um, but if I'm young, or that's just I can't afford to do that. Are you okay? Will you still be my girlfriend? Will you still be happy with me if I can't get you Beyonce tickets and we have to watch it on bootleg video? All right. Are you still? I know you're not gonna be as happy, but can you say, all right? I'll tell you what's gonna make you. I'll tell you what's gonna make you a diamond for a man. If you're like, hey, babe, you know what? I'm glad. I don't know how you got this bootleg copy of the Beyonce concert. I'm gonna watch it because it's better than not watching it. But babe, I want to do some things to help you to be able to grow and build so that we can go to whatever concerts we want to go to. And I'd like to be able to either help you out to the point where you can go and do what you want to do and splurge for me and the kids, or I want to be able to partner on our dreams and do whatever I need to do so that you can go and be free to do whatever you want to do with your money so that you don't have to choose between a concert and building a new house, a concert and a car loan. I don't ever want you to be in that place, man. Like, secure men want to hear that, right? Y'all get it? I know y'all laughing, right? Someone said, I'm dating a gentleman now, and he asked me that very question. What would your ex say about you? My face was like, ah! But I told the truth, and he's still interested. Listen, y'all, can we be naked and unashamed? Just be naked and unashamed. Just say, like y'all saw me do it. Look, I am a little bit temperamental. I am a Pisces. You're going to get a different flavor depending on my mood. You're going to get a different flavor. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you, right? And so what I've learned is that I'll just say, hey, look, I'm having a mood. It's not about you. Let me go work out. Let me take a little nap. Let me decompress. Not about you. I just saw a question come through, right? And it says, what if there is compatibility but zero chemistry? That's a great question. All right, because sometimes you can have compatibility, like we see life together. We want to worship the Lord together. We both love gospel, but we also love a little Afro beats. All right. We believe in education, but the chemistry's not there. Look, keep it move. Give it some time. Give it some time, or keep it moving. Right. All right. April said, that's right. Pisces. That's what we do. Right. You have to go with the flow. That's what makes it exciting. Y'all want to be on a boring ride with someone like this every day? I know some of y'all are like, yes. All right. But if you want to go on a ride, date a Pisces. All right. Anyway, let me get back to the question. So listen, chemistry is sometimes takes some time to develop, and sometimes it's just a click. Sometimes it's just a click. Sometimes it's just a vibe. That's why I was saying don't fall in love with just the vibe, but we do need the vibe plus the compatibility. So, what I would recommend is keep dating. That's why it's important for you to date multiple people while you're looking for a man, looking for a woman, right? Don't get into this like who likes you back. The first person that matches with you is who you come off the social media, you come off the dating app, you come off of going out because you met one person that's cool. No, that person might be amazing, but you have no chemistry, or you have no compatibility, or you have chemistry and compatibility, but they're unhappy, or they might be happy, have chemistry, have compatibility, and no relationship skills. All right. Think about how many celebrities we know. Like we're there, we just love them. We watch them on TV, but we would never date them in a heartbeat. Would never date them in a heartbeat. Why? They don't have any relationship skills. They can't be faithful. They're lying. They're manipulative. They're controlling. They want you at home. You get what I'm saying? You just can't do that. All right. And then someone else says, all right, what if the chemistry is the polar opposite of narcissism and codependent is it real or toxic? I don't know if I understand that question. It says, what if the chemistry is the polar opposite of narcissism? Okay, I'll tell you what that is. And codependent is okay, basically. All right. So the opposite of narcissism is actually called being an echo. And the research is called echoism. All right. Basically, it's where you're the echo. Whatever the person says, you just echo it. Basically, where you don't think highly enough of yourself. And this is not a dig. All right. And a lot of times, if we've come from abusive backgrounds, or we've come from physically assaulted backgrounds, domestic violence backgrounds, you had better be an echo. You had better do what the person that has authority and power is telling you to do versus assert your voice and get killed, abused, raped, molested, abused. You get what I'm saying? But or sometimes parents can parent that where you don't have a voice, right? That's a toxic thing that's in the culture. Sometimes it was like parents says, "If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you." Now, there's certain times in which you absolutely have to respect authority of your parents. But if we combine that, you also need a voice. That's how you develop a self. If you're always dominated, if you're always told what to think all of the time, how do you ever develop a self? And that's going to hurt you in relationships. Do you understand, family? All right. So we want to assess equity. So if someone is codependent, meaning like they depend, they can't move, they don't have an opinion, they don't have a thought. Whatever you do is what they want to do. Whatever makes you happy makes them happy. And I get it. No, you need to say, I need you to come back to this relationship more whole. All right. Or if you're already in it and you already had a feels, I get it. I get it. I've definitely been there. I'm going to need you, if you want to stay with me, I need you to develop a life outside of me, in addition to me. I need you to have your own career, your own feelings, your own emotions, your own set of friends. I need you, and I'm going to give you 30, 45, 90 days to be able to go do friendship building activities with someone other than me because you're smothering me. That is another incompatibility. I do not need someone that's going to smother me. I need my space. I have a lot of friends. I have a lot of friends, all right? And I like to hang with my friends, all right? And my friends do come usually like last, right? It'll be time for myself, well, time with God, time with myself, time with kids, time with my wife. I know that's backwards, but that's real, right? I need to adjust that. All right. And then time with my friends. Right. So I will schedule it so that I can do all of those different things. Right. But don't say I can't have friends. My only friend is you. Because if I go out, you mad because you can't go out. No, we're not doing that. I'm going to need you to have your own thing, your own clubs, your own tribe to go be able to do what it is that you love to do. And then we can come home and talk about how amazing our day was with our different tribes. Hello. Right? Someone said, what date number would we ask? What would your last three exes say about you? Listen, I'd say before you start catching question and feelings, I'm probably asking that first date. I really am asking first date because I need to know who you are before I begin to like you. Now, how many of you are like me that you don't know how to half like someone? It is difficult for me. All right. Because once I start liking you, I start thinking about you. And once I start thinking about you, my rational mind starts coming. And I start looking, okay, we can overcome this. We can overcome that. Well, it doesn't matter about this. It doesn't matter about that. All right. I start giving you passes because I like you. Because I like you. And before I like you, I need to screen you. You know who does this? What for y'all get mad at me for saying that, thinking that's too savage? You know who does that? The bank. Y'all, I am realistically looking to buy a property, right, for the office. I'm looking to buy a property. I'm speaking into the exist. I am actively buying a property for the office. Bank won't even uh talk to me. They won't even talk to me. They won't even give me a number, right? Until I pre-qualify, until they saw how much I was financing for. And when I started looking at these different properties, real estate agent said, look, I'm not gonna even show you a property, Aldewan, until I know what you pre-qualify from your financing. Then I go to the places that we're looking. They say, how much do you pre-qualify for? How much earnest money do you have? They won't even be serious about the process. You get what I'm saying? And then they start saying, oh, okay, he has the financing. All right, we understand what he's trying to move. Now they want to sweeten the pot. Now they want to talk to me. You get what I'm saying? I don't know about you, but now some of you can be reserved and composed, and you're project managers, and you're really cerebral, and you're able to say, let me look before my feelings get into this. Let me make sure I like this dude first. Let me make sure I like this woman first. But that ain't me. All right, so you're gonna have to do it based upon where you are, right? And then I see you. I see you. Quan, you said like, what if you like someone they have no relationship with God? That's why I need to know. Are you God centered first? Now we can have different levels, right? In my younger years, I was cool if you even had doubts about God, but you willing to go and try it on because maybe you had church hurt. Like hashtag church hurt. But you notice what no one has ever had is hashtag God hurt. Come on now, you can be mad at the church or mad at what happened at that one church, right? But that God didn't let you down. That person at the church let you down. We got to stop all that, right? God ain't let you down. Now, I'll do a whole other session on dealing with adversity and questioning God and why things happen, But this idea that God is like an ATM and we pray and things happen in our best interest is not always the case. All right. I just want to keep it real for you. I don't want you to think that that's the way it is. All right. Someone said I always attract narcissists, but didn't know because of the chemistry and the love bombing phase. Listen, all right, they're giving you what you need, right? And this is why you have to love yourself first. We talked about this is why you have to be a 10. If you're a 10, it's going to be very difficult for you to attract someone who's selfish or narcissistic. Right? It's going to be very difficult because you're going to be asking for things in exchange. So if I give you fidelity and loyalty, are you going to give me fidelity and loyalty back? You're gonna screen a lot of brothers out right there. You're gonna screen out a lot of modern day sisters and be like, hey, like if I'm willing to save and sacrifice to get something bigger, are you willing to save and sacrifice with me? And they'd be like, nah, I'm YOLO. I only live once. Soon as I'm riding around and I'm spending it, and I'm like, oh, you don't save? All right, I'm cool with YOLO sometimes. But you get what I'm saying. So what you want to do is you want to build yourself up. You want to start. Here's how you do that. All right. If you're too nice in a relationship, because you don't have to just be an egoist. You don't have to. Your partner doesn't have to be narcissistic. They can just have qualities of being too self-absorbed. And a lot of times that happens because we're not loud enough. If you're on the other end and the relationship is too much about him, too much about her, the question I have for you is how loud are you? Come on now. How loud are you? I don't mean loud like boisterous or disrespectful. How often do you say first what you want to do? How often do you say, hey, these are some things that would improve the quality of relationship for me first? Come on, family, can we talk? Can you say, hey, babe, there's some things I'd like for you to do? I know we've been going to this particular church. It's your church, but I'm not getting fed there. I want to know if you're open to trying a different church every other just for me. Are you okay with me going to a second service without you? Are you okay with us going to separate churches for right now? For me to go in separate church for Bible study? Are you okay with me being able to do things a little bit differently? Are you okay with this, babe? Are you okay with me going back to school even though you don't want to level up? Are you okay with that? But I don't need you to get jealous. I don't need. How many times have you taken the action to your partner and say, "Hey, look, we've done it your way for 6 months. All right, you've gotten what you need. It's my turn now. It's my turn to go to school. It's my turn to pursue the dreams. It's my turn. All right, like this is someone I know but not know well, so I'm gonna say it in positive. This Kiki Palmer time to shine. I've been waiting to get in a relationship to have a mama body. I'm gonna show my mama body off. I'm not out in these streets like that. Let me show my body off and let Usher sing to me. Usher and our friends anyway. I need you dated me. You know what kind of celebrity I am. Let me go do me in Vegas. Yeah, it might be a little provocative. It's the first time I ain't had this body. Let me flaunt it just for a little bit. And it's for Usher. And I didn't twerk. I didn't do nothing. I need you to be cool with it. If you have a problem with it, tell me in silence. Don't do that to me. I need you to speak up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not disrespecting a boyfriend if he's watching this ever. I'm not. I get it. We have preferences and we learn. But if you dating, and I have dated in Hollywood, y'all. All right, and I am married to a woman who's free with her body, right? She gonna look fine. She gonna be fine. She gonna wear bikinis. All right, we can have a conversation. Y'all feel me? Let's let me do me just for a second without trying to control me. All right. I love these questions coming in. Another one is saying, what if men are intimidated by you? Right? That man's not a 10. Now I'm not disrespecting that man. So what I'm saying is that man tens attract tens. So A man who is confident in who he is not going to be intimidated by you, right? He's going to be interested in you. He's going to be inspired by you. He's going to be positively challenged by you. You get what I'm saying? I like women doing things. I like it. And so what's happening is there are a lot of men right now, let's just keep it real, that are not able, that are not happy with their lives, right? They're not making the money, they're not making the cheese, they're not making the guap, as we used to say, that they want to make. They don't like what they see behind the Instagram. They don't like it, right? And realize that, and I'm a man. I get it. We need to do what we love. And so this is where, as men, instead of disrespecting women about it, we need to say, look, I need to get a mentor, a coach, so that I can be where I need to be, so that I can date at a level that makes me feel like a 10. I don't want to have to give up a woman I deem a 10 because I make half, right? And it should be based on love, but I also understand there needs to be compatibility, right? I wanna make that. Most men would say, I don't want money to be an issue. I want her to like me for me because I'm gonna have ups and downs. I don't want a woman to marry me because I'm Wells Fargo. All right. I want a woman to date and marry me because she likes me, right? And if she likes me, I will spoil her, right? I will take care of her. And every man wants the desire, wants to have the ability to spoil his better half. And when men can't, we get angry about it, right? Because we really want to show up in a higher way. And what you saw with the Kevin Samuels tribe was there were a lot of men that went too far when they should have been leveling up and saying, what can I do to leverage where I need to be? Or let me just be real. There are a lot of sisters like, look, if you are secure, I have no problem with our money being our money, whatever you make plus what I make. If I can trust you and you're ambitious, if you know how to take 5,000 and turn it into 10. All right, cool. This our money anyway. There are a lot of women that are cool with that. If you're ambitious and hardworking, I'm at a point in my life where I can deal with the income discrepancies. Long as your head and your heart and your drive is right, brother, I can work with you. I'm just telling you, this is what grown women say. All right. Now, younger, they might say, I'm looking for provisions. But then once women realize, hey, I have my own provisions, I want love. I just want a good man. All right. Because I can tell you what women privately say. Let me put y'all up on game. A good, ambitious man, if a woman knows about money, she knows about opportunity, she's going to say, my network, you come into my world, my network, money going to come to you, brother. Money's gonna come to you. You just come on with me and just hang around my atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to love you up to more income. I'm gonna be able to. You have my prayers, my fasting, me feeding you, me encouraging you, me praying with you, me. You, if you being open enough for me to say, "Hey, babe, I see another strategy. I know a guy, I know a woman that could consult with you," and you open and say, "Yeah, let's do it," but you go get the bag. There are women that will work with you. All right. Someone said I was having this conversation with a potential guy. Um, Dot, what percentage of going out time is spent with your wife? Ooh, ooh, going out time. You know what? I'm glad you asked me that. I have a rule in my head that I don't think I've ever expressed to my wife, that I don't go out with my friends unless I go out with my wife. So I make sure that my wife is never in the deficiency. All right. Because I feel like if I've taken care of you, I can go out. Right. Now, there will be times where I'll go out with my friends and I'll be like, look, okay, next one is my wife. I try to balance it out. And believe it or not, I actually do that with each one of my kids. All right. Trinity, my youngest daughter, is always like, we haven't had a daddy daughter date. All right. And then I'll have a daddy daughter date with her. And then Raquel, my oldest daughter, will look. Right. And I'll be like, all right, let's go. All right. She's 17. So that's the whole, she wants to do something else. Right. Then I come home and my son, right, he's only 19 months. So that's playing, but they want to play. So what I do is I have to shrink work to make sure that I'm able to, all right, work, wife, each one of my kids and the family and things I like to do by myself and hang with my friends. That's my order, right? That's my order. All right. Uh yeah, someone said if I met a guy who told me if we get together, I'd have to cut contact with all other male friends. That's insecurity, right? You don't want to do that. You want to be able to say, hey, let's talk about trust. Let's talk about freedom, independence inside of this relationship. But I'm not going to cut off my friends because we're here to date. I need you to be able to trust me that I'm out and we can have conversation about male friends. We can have conversation about female friends. But you're not going to just straight come in and just tell me what I'm getting ready to do. No, that's controlling. And before we wrap up, I'm not going to disrespect my brothers that say that because I get where it comes from. Either you need to run or you need to ask them and say, "Hey, listen, maybe you should." Well, I'm being too kind. You need to run. All right. Because if they're going to be controlling, all right, oftentimes that comes from Maggie. Thank you, the substitute teacher, for that wonderful gift. I appreciate it. I just saw that come through. When y'all show love, I appreciate it. I'm always gonna call it out when I see it. So thank you, Maggie, for what you do. Okay, I just saw that. She said she's a boy mom and is working on some things. So I'll keep that private. So listen, y'all. If he's controlling, oftentimes it's because he's sometimes been raised that he couldn't trust love. Love didn't work. So that's why I don't want to make this versus, right? I want, a true Christian should be able to integrate, should be able to merge. Bishop T.D. Jakes just taught on that. So if you have a controlling background, I'm sorry for you, but we need to be able to focus on how can we move towards trusting love. You don't have to control someone who's in love with you. Come on now, someone who's in love with you is going to circle back. They're going to be there. They're going to be away from you and still be in love. You don't have to control someone who's already in love. You feel what I'm saying? So listen, all right. I love you guys. All right, I will see y'all again on Wednesdays. Wednesday at 1. We do this Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right now at 1 p.m. Y'all share this. Y'all, if y'all on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Instagram, tell people about this. I'm gonna save this live. And just know that I'm here. I love you guys. I'm supportive of you all. We're gonna do, and also hit me up, DM me with things you want me to talk about, right? Hit me up with things you want me to talk about. All right, let me pray. Lord God, we thank you for everyone that's on this feed. We thank you, Lord, they find love and relationship and that they do these three things, Lord, that you allow them to be able to find real, lasting love. Cue up the Mary J. Real love, not the fake love, not the love that's like limerence phase. It's just a little bit, not lust, but real love, Lord, in their life. If they're all in a relationship, allow them to be able to speak up with the right voice, with the right tone, and the right timing to be able to get their spouse, their loved one, their better half to be able to listen, to make adjustments so that they can have a happier person. They can have better chemistry and compatibility. And then they can be better to one another as lovers real time. These things we ask in Jesus' holy name. Amen. All right. So I appreciate y'all. Much love and support. And I'll see you all again for another live. Take care. God bless.